Namaskar. We are having a glimpse of Dasbodh. Today, Dashak Sahava Samaz Dusra means the Dashak 6th and chapter 2nd. Brahm-Palan-Nirupan means how to become one with the God, live in that state, and how to live a life so that you can see the God everywhere. At the same time, you can offer each moment to the God as a puja, as a offering, and live a fulfilled life, satisfactory life. And then, as the body is there, the body will come, body will go. But before the body, Paramatma was there. Even today, in the body, Paramatma is there. When the body is gone, still the Paramatma will be there. Simple. Okay? श्रीराम ऐका उपदेशाचे लक्षणे सायुज्य प्राप्ती होय जणे नाना मतांचे पेखणे कामा नये सर्वथा की the real teaching and real learning happens to be सायुज्य प्राप्ती means becoming one with the God, yujunjati yoga. When we cannot be separated from God, that is the time you are called the bhakta, the devotee. And when you live in that state of mind, that is known as heaven, the jannat, the swarga. All the religions are calling Jannat, the Sarga, and what is that? Heaven. It is for that purpose everybody is living. For example, so many religions are there. And for to get to that level, what people are doing. In fact, everybody should do work is worship for humanitarian cause. So, all the learning and teaching happens to be for this becoming yogi, becoming devotee, living in a state of mind of Swarga. That is Sahajya Prapti. There are Nana Mata, there are so many religions, even in Hinduism, even in so many Islam or Christianity or Jews or so many places, you'll find there are so many Mata. That means so many ways to do that. But ultimately that should lead to this. What? Paramatma Prapti, Sahajya Prapti. ब्रह्म ज्ञाने वीण उपदेश तो म्हणो नये विशेष धान्य वीण जैसे भूस खाता नये. Whatever the teaching are there, that should lead to Brahma Jnana, Atma Prapti, becoming yogi, becoming bhakta. If it is not been happening, then you are not eating the real food, you are eating something else. Straight away. नाना काबाड बडविले नातरी तक्रची घुसे नाना धुणची स्वेले सावकास. Unnecessary, you are wasting your time in unnecessary work. The meaning of this. नाना साली भक्षिल्या अथवा चोईट्या चोखिल्या खोबरे सांडून खादेला नरोट्या जैसे. You are eating a lot of things in place of eating Brahmajnan. He has given the example of, the coconut is there. In place of eating the white part of that coconut, you are eating that which cannot be chewed. That is hard part. There he is saying in the lighter vein it is said. He is saying. तसे ब्रह्मज्ञानविण नाना उपदेशाचा सीन सारा सांडून सारा कोण शहाणास होई. If you are a wise man, why you are going to waste your time then investing in knowing the Brahma, becoming one with the Brahma and living with the Brahma, Brahma Jnana, Atma Jnana, living in that state of mind of heaven, the Swarga, the Jannat. You will not waste time in all the fantastic things. Now, what kind of job you are doing, what kind of work is doing, that should be humanitarian cause, that is for sure. That is immaterial. You might be teacher, you might be housewife, you might be selling the clothes, you might be selling the gold, you might be selling this or that, but you should be doing with, following all ethics and norms, that's all. And for humanitarian cause it should be. आता ब्रह्मजय का निरूपण तेची केले निरूपण सुचित करावे अंतःकरण श्रोतेजने. Now this Brahma is formless. And I'm going to explain that. Samarth Ramdas is saying. So, you make your whole body and soul as your ear and listen to me. Beautiful. सकळ सृष्टीची रचना ते हे पंचभूतिक जाणा, परंतु ते हे तगेना सर्व काळ. पृथ्वी, आप, तेज, वायू, आकाश, this Panchamabhuta are there and everything is made up of this. But it is beyond that. Tagena means only Paramatma lives Sarvakam is forever. But this Panchamabhut, they are interconvertible as well. You might be like, the solid can be converted into liquid, then, gaseous state and all these things. It is possible. So they are interconvertible, they are always changing, but every time, for example, God is there, formless God is there. It is every time it is there. Whether you steal it, throw it, whether you try to cut it, whether you try to burn it, it will always be there, this portion of God. It is still there. You cannot remove it from, if remove it and put it there, it is not possible. It is there all the times. सर्वकाळीच आदि अंती ब्रह्म निर्गुण त्याची शाश्वताची गुण येर पंचभूतिक जण नासिवंत. दिस वर्ल्ड इज हियर राइट नाउ. Adi means to start, God was there, Panchamabhuti, it is still there, and after that also, infinite time, God will always be there. Our body is also like that. Before the body was born, Paramatma was there. Even today, in the body, with the body, Paramatma is there, and future also, Paramatma will be there. So the body is Nashivat, means it is perishable. In fact, when you think about it as an imperishable Paramatma, then even each particle of body also is going to be, merged into this infinite soul. By that way also, we are immortal. If we think body is also Paramatma. Okay, we'll die, then this, if it is burnt, then, or if it is get mixed with the earth, whatever it may be, then it is going to be mixed with the Paramatma. Panchamabhuta are also made up of Paramatma. So that also is there. Just remember. आदि अंति ब्रह्म निर्गुण तोची शाश्वताची गुण येर पंचभूतिक जाण नासिवंत. Panchamabhuta, they are going to get, at the end of the world, everything is going to merge into Hiranyagarbha, and then again, that big bang will be there, and again it will merge, again it will the cycle goes on. Like that it is mentioned over here, So at the end of the day, Paramatma is only the reality and immortal thing. Brahma Tattva is only immortal thing. Formless God is only immortal thing. Rest of the things are Nashivata. But still, you have to follow all the norms, humanitarian ethics and values, and offer your services to God at all the times. Live the life like that. एरवी हे पाहता भूते देव कैसे म्हणायता ते भूत म्हणता मनुष्य ते विषाद वाटे. Bhoot has another, Bhoot means, the another meaning is the ghost, for example. Panchamabhuta is, then how, if we think like that, then God will not to be called Bhuta. It is beyond that. Panchamabhuta, they are, Akash Tattva, you see, sky is everywhere. Like that, it is beyond that. The Panchamabhuta, beyond the Prithvi, Aap, Tej, solid, liquid, gaseous, and plasma state and sky state, it is beyond that. Paramatma is beyond that. So, think it like this. Don't call this Paramatma. They live in everybody. They are, it is, everything is made up of that, but it is beyond that. Don't get yourself entangled and engrossed into this only. Go beyond that. Otherwise, when you involved in that state of mind of I am this body, then you start fighting with others. You might have seen that what happens to the Swarga state and heaven and Jannat. For that purpose, what people are doing. So we don't want to be like that. We want to be one with the God, do everything for humanitarian cause, for peaceful and prosperous purpose. मातो जगज्जनक परमात्मा त्यास आणि भूत उपमा ज्याची कळीना मैं ब्रह्मादिकांसी. Now even Brahma and even later it is coming that even Vedanta and all this, not a single script could explain everything about the Paramatma. You may take any religious script. They cannot explain everything about the God. That is what it means. भूता ऐसा जगदीश म्हणता उत्पन्न होतो दोष या कारणे महापुरुष सर्व जाणते. Jagdish, it is beyond everything, and all the Mahapurush, every wise man understand it. पृथ्वी आप तेज वायू आकाश या सबाह्य जगदीश पंचभूतांसी आहे नाश आत्मा अविनाश रूपी. Now Prithvi, Aap, Tej, Vayu, Akash. I told you many times Prithvi means solid state. Aap means liquid state. Vayu means the air state. Akash means the sky state. And Tej means plasma state. Just to add. Ya Sabhaya Jagdishi. Sabhaya means including this, including Panchamabhuta, and beyond this, everything is made up of God. Sabhaya. Panchabhutansi are nasha atma vinashri. These Panchamabhuta are going to be perished. They are going to get perished. But Atma Paramatma is immortal. And we want to get one with that, unison with that, becoming yogi, bhakta, and that is the aim of the life. जे जे रूप आणि नाम तो तो अवघाची भ्रम नाम रूपातीत वर्म अनुभव जाणा. Just try to understand whatever is there existing, it is going to get vanished into unseen someday, sometime. It is also like a mirage. It is here. For example, this building is here. Maybe 100 years before it was not there. 100 years later it will not be there. Even it is applicable to us. So maybe Vivekananda said, 100 years before we were not there. 100 years after will not be there, for example. With normal human being in today's cause. Maybe after somebody said that after 1000 years we will be able to live, our life will be 1000 year extended. Where they will live? Today we are suppose 8 to 9 billion people. Then we'll have to go to Moon, Mars and beyond. Expand our colonies there. Okay. So JJ Rupani Nama. So which also, whatever is in the form, they have the name. They are like, they are existing for some time. But beyond this, Nam Rupa and beyond this is definitely Paramatma. And try to understand and become a person having understanding and become a wise person. पंचभूते आणि त्रिगुण ऐसी अष्टधा प्रकृती जाणत. अष्टधा प्रकृतीचं नावाविधान दृश्य ऐसे. पंचभूत means पृथ्वी आप तेज वायु आकाश, and त्रिगुण means सत्वगुण रजगुण तमोगुण. सत्वगुण all the godly gun, rajagun means manly gun, and tamogun means all the devil's gun, means qualities. Gun means qualities. ते हे दृश्य नासिवंत ऐसे वेदश्रुती बोलत निर्गुण ब्रह्म शाश्वत जाणते ज्ञानी. Whatever is visible is going to get destroyed very soon, or going to get not exactly destroyed, they will also die as well. ऐसे वेदश्रुती बोलत. This is what even Vedas have said, and Shruti and Smriti. Shruti means whatever you listen and remember and tell it to the next generation. Smriti means you remember it, write down and tell it to next generation. And Vedas are already there. So all these things are telling Nirgun Brahma Shashvata Janati Jnani. Nirgun, formless God, is only immortal. Rest of the things are going to get perished, are going to change their form. Janati Jnani means the people who know it, Atmadhyani people, they know it. They are means wise people. जे शस्त्रे तोडिता तुटेना, जे पावके जाळिता जाळेना, कालविता कालवेना आपे करुणे. This Paramatma is there. It cannot be broken with the shastra, means any weapon, neither atom bombs nor any kind of weapon. You cannot burn it. If the Paramatma is there, you burn a candle over here, it will not burn. It will be like that forever. And it cannot be mixed with the water. The water is there, mix it and remove. Still the Paramatma over here will be like that only. Sarvaka. Ape Kurun. It will be forever, it will like that only. Ape means it is made up of like that only. Ape means automatically it will be like that only. जे वायोचेने उडेना, जे पडेना ना झडेना, जे घडेना ना दडेना परब्रह्म ते. The Paramatma is here. The air blow is there. Even the biggest of the biggest cyclone come, but it cannot. The Paramatma over here cannot be blown away. It cannot fall down. It cannot be, it cannot get reduced, it cannot ghadena, it cannot take any form, and it cannot hide himself. That is Parabrahma Tattva. अँड ब्युटिफुल यू सी, ज्यासी वर्णाची नसे, जे सर्वहून येणारे से, परंतु असंच असे सर्व काळ. इट डझंट हॅव एनी वर्ण, ब्राह्मण, वैश्य, शूद्र, क्षत्रिय, और दिस रिलीजन और दॅट रिलीजन, और दे this gender or that gender or nothing. It doesn't have anything. जे सर्वांनी येणार असे असतची असे सर्व काळ. इट इज बियॉन्ड एव्हरीथिंग अँड इट इज ऑलवेज देअर. दिसेना तरी काय झाले, परंतु ते सर्वत्र संचले, सूक्ष्मचे कोंदाटले, तेथे जेथे तेथे. सो मेनी पीपल से आय कॅनॉट सी द परब्रह्म. सो परमात्मा कैसा है कि उसको वर्ण नहीं है, सबसे परे है, वो हरदम रहता है. दिसेना तरी काय, दिखता नहीं ऐसे अपने को लगता है, लेकिन जब समझदार होता है उस समय हमें हर जगह दिखता है. परंतु ते सर्वत्र संचले, सूक्ष्मचे कोंदाटले, जेथले सूक्ष्म. देखिए, मैक्रोस्कोपिक, मैक्रोस्कोपिक और माइक्रोस्कोपिक. MARCRO. माइक्रो मीन्स कितना छोटा है वो पता नहीं चलता, और कितना बड़ा है परमात्मा वो भी पता नहीं चलता. लेकिन हर जगह परमात्मा है. कोंदाटले, सूक्ष्मची कोंदाटले, जेथे तेथे. हाईली डेंसली पैक्ड. It is there all the times. This is what I used to tell in Hindi. कि you see, it is not visible, but it is everywhere. It is microscopic, it is macroscopic, and it's everywhere as well. Now, when दृष्टीचं लागली सवय, जे दिसेल तेची पाहाय, परंतु गुजते जाणा गोप्य आहे. Now, it is our habit that to see something in its form every time. But when you make a habit of seeing God in everywhere, that becomes your habit as well. Beautiful. So that behind the everything, you see, this chair is there, I'm sitting on the ground is there, everything is made up of Paramatma. So you try to inculcate that habit of seeing Paramatma everywhere. This is what is the advice and suggestion of Samartha Ramdas. दृष्टी से लागली सवय means to our eyes. Saway means habit to see form everywhere. That oh, that photo, mother's photo is there, that clock is there, that light is there, that the window is there. Okay, that is the habit. जे दिसेल तेच, whatever is visible that we see, परंतु गुजते जाणा गोप्य. But behind that, what is that? That is a Paramatma everywhere. You just find out and try to find out all the times, every time try to remain in that state of mind when you can see the God everywhere. Gaupya, it is Guptam, it's a secret, but it is now I'm expressing it. It is there is no more secret. What a beautiful language. Prakatate जाणावे असार. Whatever visible, that is asar. It is not the crux of the Paramatma, but it is visible. Okay. आणि गुप्तते जाणावे सार. And that which is not visible, that Paramatma, it should be taken as the crux of the life and live the life to devote it to that Paramatma. गुरुमुखे हा विचार उमजू लागे. When we listen from the Sadguru, we try to understand, we understand that, and we live in that state of mind. Then only possible. So Sadguru is very important in life. जे उमजेना ते उमजावे, जे दिसेना ते पाहावे, जे कळेना ते जाणावे, विवेक वय. Whatever you are not understanding, try to understand. Whatever you cannot see, try to see. And whatever you are not trying to understand, you try to understand that is way. Vivek वय, with vivek, with alertness and awakened mind. गुप्ततेची प्रगटावे. Whatever not visible, try to make your vision visible. Paramatma is everywhere. That vision should be there. असाध्यतेची साधावे, कानडीची अभ्यासावे सावकाश. That which is not possible to acclaim, possible to reach, you should achieve that. Become a yogi, become bhakta, and because that infinite God can absorb your small soul into itself. Small soul cannot absorb that. You can become devotee and get so much devoted that you become one with the God. Both the sides are possible. Another side is somebody said that, you know, uh, even in soul you can see Shiva, and even in Shiv, the Paramatma Shiv, you can see the Shiv. Both things are possible. Anything way, any way you can see the Shiv everywhere. Try to become one with the Shiv, become yogi, the Paramatma, the Bhakta, the devotee, and try to live in that state of mind and achieve that state of mind forever. And do work is worship at every moment. विवेकेबल गुप्ततेची प्रकटा असाध्यतेची साधा कानडीची अभ्यास सावकाश. दिस इज द अभ्यास, दिस इज द रियल स्टडीज. Whatever degrees we get, that is also studies, but a real study behind that is this. Even, you know, when you understand the physics, quantum physics, you understanding Paramatma only. When you study the biology, study so many bodies, so many plants and everything, you understand that behind the cell, beyond the nucleoid and all this, you know, even in the DNA, RNA, and go to the atomic level, maybe quark level, or maybe, you know, there are so many theories. You go to still Fermi level, you will understand 10 raised to minus 35 meters. When you go beyond that, still Paramatma is there. वेद विरंच आणि शेष जिथे सिणले निशेष त्याची साधावे विशेष परब्रह्म ते. वेद, all the Vedas tired of explaining it. Viranchi means Vishnu couldn't explain it. Shesh, having 1,000 mouths, still it couldn't explain the Paramatma. जिथे सिणले निशेष त्याची साधावे विशेष परब्रह्म ते. So you can achieve that state of level of becoming, you know, that Paramatma, Parabrahma, by becoming one with it, becoming yogi, the bhakta, and then only you can understand the Paramatma by becoming one with him. And still you will not be able to explain yourself. Once you become Paramatma, okay, I am Paramatma, explain it, so you won't be able to explain yourself. At what level these people talk, you see. पृथ्वी नव्हे, आप नव्हे, तेज नव्हे, वायू नव्हे, वर्ण व्यक्त ऐसे नव्हे, अव्यक्त ते. That cannot be explained. It is not Prithvi, Ap, Tej, Vayu, Akash. It is beyond that. It is beyond Varnam, Brahman, Vaishya, Shudra, Kshatriya. It is beyond that. It is beyond other Varnas. There are so many Varnas, so many religions. It is beyond that. तयास म्हणावा वेद वरकड लोकांचा स्वभाव, जितुके गाव तितुके देव जनाकारणे. In India, there are so many villages are there, and they have their own God is also there. It is beyond that God. You are beyond that God. The Paramatma is beyond that. You try to understand this. तयास म्हणावे देव वरकड लोकांचा जितके गाव तितके देव जनाकारण. For the people, so many gods are there, but Paramatma is beyond that. ऐसा देवाचा निश्चय झाला, देव निर्गुण प्रत्यय आला, आता आपणच आपला शोध घ्यावा. So like this you try to understand that God and become one with that God. Remain निश्चय means मैं तो हूँ विश्वास में, means I am in trust, I am in faith. So you become that faith, you become one with that God, become yogi, the devotee, and the formless God. And then try to understand that all the times God is beyond all these things, and you are that God, and you will behave with all the ethics and values. You will do the positive things for humanitarian cause only. That will be your work as worship at all the moment. माझे शरीर ऐसे म्हणतो तरी तो जाण देहा वेगळा चितो. मन माझे ऐसे जाणतो तरी तो मनची नाही. We say this is my body, this is my eye, this is, you know, this is my mind, this is my brain. But when you say this is my mind, you say that you are not body. You are saying this is my body. It means you are not body. You are something else which is saying this is my body. Who is that my? Who is that me? Try to understand that. We are beyond mind, brain, body, soul and everything. पाहता देहाचा विचार, अवघा तत्वांचा विस्तार, तत्वे तत्व झाडिता सार आत्माची उरे. When we understand about all these things, the body, soul and everything, we understand we are beyond that and we are Paramatma only. आत्मा only. आपणाची ठावची नाही. येणे पाहावे पाहणे नलगे काही तत्वे ठाईचा ठाई विभागून गेली. देर आर तत्व, पृथ्वी आप तेज वायू आकाश, तत्व. So we are beyond tattva. We are beyond Paramatma also will come to understand sometime later. बांधली आहे तो गाठोडी, जो कोणी विचारे सोडी, विचार पाहता ही गाठोडी आढळे ना. गाठोडी means if you take a cloth and put some things into it and then you tie a knot and carry on this one. So that gathodi, like that our body is also gathodi, a baggage full of panchamahabhuta and so many things. But we are beyond that. That Atma, Nirantar means we are there forever. That Nirantar Paramatma are we. Everyone. आपणाशी ठावाची नाही, जन्मवृत्ती कैसे काय, पाहता वस्तूचे ठाई पाप पुण्य नसे. When we go beyond papa punya, still we are doing papa punya. Papa we are not doing. We are doing all the good things all the times. And then we go beyond that. We are not doing bad things, harming anybody. We are harmless creature. We don't have, we are not being born and dying. We are all the times Paramatma. And try to understand this. पाप पुण्य ये माहीत ना, हे निर्गुणित तो असे ना, आपण तोची तरी जन्म म्हणा ठाव कैसा. सो you go to hell and so many things are there. So you suffer a lot of things over there because you do papa, means all the bad things. So we are not going to do all those things. It is beyond that. Why? Because we are doing all the good things and for humanitarian positive cause only. And when we become one with the God, we become Nirgun Paramatma. We understand we are Nirgun Paramatma. We go beyond our Janma and Maran. There is no birth possible for us. Laka 84 fere means 8.4 births are no more attached to us. We are Paramatma Swarup. That is Atmagya. We go to that state. Okay. So then we that state, and then we understand that this like Shakespeare said, this world is like I start feeling that everything everywhere some kind of drama is going on and all those things are there, because we become detached with all this world and we become one with the God. We become yogi, the bhakta. We live in that state of mind, but still we do our part very well. Work is worship. And hence, when we do all the good things, we go beyond the good things. We are doing good things, but going beyond good things. Then we realize that we are beyond all these things. देह बुद्धीने बांधला तो विवेके मोकळा केला, देहात येतो होता पावला मोक्षप्रद. When we attach ourselves to body, then there are a lot of wars and a lot of things are there. When we become alert and awake, we go beyond this body. We get Kaivalya Prapti, Moksha Prapti, Paramatma Swarup, we become yogi, the bhakta. Then we become, we have lived our life that you can feel. झाले जन्माचे सार्थक निर्गुण आत्मा आपण एक, परंतु हा विवेक पाहिलाच पावा. That becomes the real self-realization, and that is what purpose. 3 times I said, we have been born and we have gone beyond that, and then you should realize that once in a life I should get this experience. Okay, that is what we feel first time. Then we feel that I should get this experience at all the times. Super. Then you become a realized soul at all the times. जागे होता स्वप्न सरे, विवेक पाहता दृश्य वसरे, स्वरूपानुसंधाने तरी प्राणी मात्र. When you become awakened, then you realize that this is there, this will always be there, this will always changing. Samsara means Sanskruti, means it is always be flowing and changing. But still you will understand that Swarupanusandhan, we become one with the God. We live a life of a yogi, the bhakta, and we become, prani matra, means all the animals and species, all entities will be there. But we remain one with the God. आपणास निवेदन आपण विवेके नुरावे आत्मनिवेदन जाणा याचे नाव. दिस इज आत्मनिवेदन. I am trying to explain myself, but I cannot explain. At the same time, I am living with the God at all the time, but I cannot explain, I cannot show, and God also cannot show. Super. आपणास निवेदन आपण निवेदावे आपण विवेके नुरावे आपण निवेदन जाणावे आत्मनिवेदन जाणावे याचे नाव. दिस इज आत्मनिवेदन ओनली. अँड दॅट इज द अल्टिमेट भक्ती. आधी अध्यात्मश्रवण मग सद्गुरुपादसेवन पुढे आत्मनिवेदन सद्गुरु प्रसादे. First to listen, Adhyatma Shravan, we listen everything. Then we try to offer our services for Sadguru. Sadguru is very important in life. Then we understand that, oh, Atma Divan, we are seeing God everywhere. We have become one with the God at all the times. We have become yogi, the bhakta, and it has happened due to Sadguru Prasad. That is the real prasadam. That is the real blessings of Sadguru. Gift of God. आत्मनिवेदना उपरी निखळ वस्तू निरंतरी आपण आत्मांतरी बोध झाला. आफ्टर दिस at all the times we remain one with the God, and that God is Paramatma is every time existing, and that is the self-realization, and we remain in that self-realization at all the times. या ब्रह्मबोधे ब्रह्मचे झाला संसार खेदत उडाला देह प्रारब्ध टाकेला सावकास. When we become realized soul, संसार खेदो this world will be like this only forever. And then you try everything your best. You do all the good things in life with ethics and values. You remain yogi, remain bhakta, and do all the work is worship. And still you devote your body and leave your body to the God. माळिये जीवते नेले तेवते निवांतची गेले ऐसे पाणी ऐसे होगा. Dhaneshwar Maharaj said. Then whatever God does in our life, it becomes good. Tukaram Maharaj used to say that God is doing everything. Who am I to make interference in Him? You should not interfere into the work of the God. देह प्रारब्ध टाकला सावकाश. त्या ब्रह्मबोधे ब्रह्मचे झाला संसार खेद उडाला देह प्रारब्ध टाकेला सावकाश. So slowly we leave everything to God and we do not interfere. That's all. And we live a life full of life with existence of God with self-realization. And that is bhakti. विभक्त नसावे तरीच भक्त म्हणायचे. यासे म्हणजे आत्मज्ञान. यासी येणे पाहिजे समाधान परब्रह्मी अभिन्न भक्तीचे झाला. परब्रह्मी अभिन्न. यू कॅनॉट बी सेपरेटेड फ्रॉम गॉड. परब्रह्म अभिन्न भक्तही झाला. यू कॅनॉट बी सेपरेटेड फ्रॉम गॉड. दॅट बिकम्स भक्त. And this is self-realization. And then you become self-satisfied, self-delight. Everything is there at all the times. आता होणार ते होईना का जाणार आणि जाणार ते जाणे का तुटली मनातील आशंका जन्मभूत्याची. Now whatever happens may happen. Whatever goes, goes. Whatever comes, comes. Whatever happens, happens. Whatever is going to happen, let it happen. The mind remains one with the God at all the times. And there is nothing left to be realized. And not an iota of doubt remains in the mind. Then you go beyond Janma and Mrityu, to born and to die. You go beyond all these things. You become self-realized soul, the Paramatma you become. And that's what the aim of the life. And you should understand it, live the life like this only. That is what is his explanation. संसारी पुंडावे चुकले देवा भक्त ऐके झाले मुख्य देवास ओळखिले सत्संग करू नये. Now you cannot get duped by these everyday activities. Deva Bhakta, the Paramatma and Bhakta becomes one, you become yogi. Mukhya Devas Olke, you become realized soul because you understand the Paramatma. Satsang Guru, Sat Sangam. You remain one with the God at all the time. Sadguru Kupahi Kevalam. You might listen that song sometime. I may put it on the YouTube sometime on the web. So I sung it with that is my own bhajan song, you can say, sung with the kids. It happens to Satsange the Sadguru Krupa, that you become a realized soul. And this is Brahma Pavan. We become a realized soul, you yourself become Punya Purush, Pavitra Purush. Iti Shri Dasbodh Guru Shishya Samvade. Brahma Pavan Nama Samasa Dusra. This is how we should live the life. That is what Samartha Ramdas is saying. Thank you very much. Let us try to live this life.